You are welcome to this class. Sit like a scholar, relax, and enjoy the class. Today, we shall be discussing a very interesting topic, drug abuse. We are going to talk about the meaning, the causes, and the characteristics of drug abuse. Can you describe what is happening in this picture? Different people view things in different ways. But to me, it means you should not involve in drug, but rather get serious with things that can give you an excellent performance. In today's lesson, we are going to be focusing on three objectives, which are: 1. Define drug abuse and addiction. 2. Enumerate the two types of illegal drugs. 3. Highlight at least 4 socio-economic effects of using drug. You need to know that your body is a temple of God where the Holy Spirit lives. So avoid doing anything that can damage your body and drive away the Spirit of God. Can you close your eyes for some seconds and imagine how drug abusers look like? Think of the consequences of abusing drug. I'm sure you might have thought of something, and I know that the outcome is not good. In 2016, National Survey on Drug Use and Health in America said that more than 1.4 million teenagers suffering from mental health problems need treatment. That is to tell you that drug abuse has serious consequences. Looking at this image, how will you describe drug abuse? Drug abuse is the intake of drugs which have not been prescribed by the doctor. Drug abuse could also mean taking an overdose of medicine prescribed by the doctor. For example, when you take 4 tablets of paracetamol instead of 2 prescribed by the doctor, it's called drug abuse. Now, what is addiction? Addiction can be described as a chronic disease of the brain in which a person cannot do without something. For instance, if you are addicted to drinking of Coca-Cola, it means you cannot stay for 1 day without taking Coca-Cola. What are the ways people come in contact with drugs? There are 2 ways people can come in contact with drugs. The first one is the proper way. That is when someone is sick and gets drugs from the hospital. Some of these drugs given by the doctor are the anti-malaria drugs, painkiller, typhoid drugs, and so on. Now the second one is the wrong way or the illegal way. It is when someone is sick or not sick but get drugs from a friend or a brother or sister to make them feel happy or feel good about themselves. Peer pressure also leads people to drugs because they want to belong with a certain group of people. I know you will want to ask the difference between medicine and drugs. Yes, all medicine are drugs because drugs are used to produce medicine, but it is regulated or controlled. But people take drugs without the normal prescription, and so they take it in excess, which affects how the body works. There are two types of illegal drugs. These are the hard drugs and the recreational drug. Can we repeat the two types of illegal drugs? One, hard drugs, and the second one is the recreational drugs. Hard drugs are those drugs that can harm the body. Hard drugs can completely take over someone's life so that the person is no longer able to function in the society. Commonly abused hard drugs are cannabis, also known as herbs, cocaine, and marijuana. Recreational drugs. Recreational drugs are addictive and have harmful effects on health, but still allow the users to function in the society. Examples of recreational drugs are alcohol, tobacco, and some excess drugs like the codeine. Characteristics of drug abuse is the same as the effect of drug abuse. We are going to be looking at the health effect and the socio-economic effect of drug abuse. Health effect of drug abuse. Number one, it causes brain damage. It causes brain damage. The chemical in the drug enters the brain and the bloodstream. Once the chemical enters the brain, it causes people to lose control and alter the function of the brain, causing damages in the brain. Then number two, we talk of addiction. Number two, addiction. Addiction to any drug make it impossible for a person to function without the drugs. Addiction gets so bad that when a person is deprived of the drug he or she is addicted to, the person becomes very sick. This is what makes it so hard for addicts to give up the addiction. Then number three is the serious diseases. Number three, serious diseases. Drug abuse can cause serious diseases like lung cancer. Alcohol can damage a person's liver, leading to liver cancer. Millions of people die from tobacco and alcohol abuse every year. Then the fourth health effect of drug abuse is death. When too much of the drug has been taken, it causes the heart or some major organs of the body to stop functioning, hereby resulting in the death of the users. Some socio-economic effects of drug abuse are 1. Poverty. Drugs are usually very expensive, and as a drug user gets addicted to the drugs, his or her behavior changes. Such a person might lose his job. Now, after losing the job, the person might spend all his or her savings on buying drugs or begin to steal other people's money to support his drug habit. Now, the person can also sell his properties or the family properties and causing the family to become poor. Another socioeconomic effect is family disintegration. Drug abuse can cause the drug user to leave his or her home and to live on the street or with other drug users. This is because the drug user becomes antisocial and erratic or unstable and does not have control over his or herself. Another reason is violence. Sometimes those who take hard drugs become violent, usually because they have no control over their actions and sometimes because they feel they are being deprived of the drugs, they can fight or inflict injury on people in the community. Then the last one we're going to be discussing is dropping out of school. Now, because drug users are unable to concentrate, they cannot cope with the school and eventually drop out. When this happens, it can ruin the person's future. And because the user can ruin the person's future, and when the user stop using drugs eventually, it might be difficult to go back to school. I know you can give me some socio-economic effect of drug abuse. In today's lesson, we have learned the meaning of drug abuse and the health and socio-economic effect of drug abuse. The question now is, how can you assist someone involved in drug abuse? First of all, tell the person the dangers of drug abuse. Secondly, report to a higher authority so that you can help the person and the society. Please don't keep quiet. Help someone. You can now write this class activity in your notebook. Use speech bubble to explain 4 reasons why you should say no to drug abuse. Attempt these questions in your notebook. Use this link to watch a video for a better understanding.